Screaming Geek Media here. I am Jerry the Geek. Today we're going to talk about Superman the movie on 4K. But before we get into that, if you like 4Ks, Blu-rays, even DVDs, if you like home theater, movies, check out my other videos on my channel. Like, subscribe, turn your bell notifications on. So let's talk about Superman the movie on 4K. The movie came out in 1978, PG. You got Christopher Reeve, Margot Kidder, Gene Hackman, Marlon Brando, Ned Beatty, and there's a list of other people. It's in just a phenomenal cast. Directed by the late Richard Donner. I'm not gonna go in and talk about the what the movie's about. If you don't know about Superman, check your pulse. You're freaking dead. But this is a great, true classic. Growing up with it, have those childhood memories of Superman. Christopher Reeve, I think, is probably the best Superman ever. I mean, he brings such a human quality to the character. Superman Clark Kent. He does a great job, being the geeky Clark Kent and afraid of his own shadow. And he does a wonderful job. Again, I think he is a perfect Superman. Another funny tidbit watching this is near the end when they launch the missiles. When they're in the control room and everything starts going haywire, one of the controllers, I was like, holy shit, it's John Ratzenberger, famous from Cliff and Cheers and all the characters in the Pixar movies. So it's just funny, one of the little tidbit Roy had is like, there's no other John Ratzenberger. Now this 4K release, here I'm holding an individual case. It was actually part of the set that came out just earlier this year with all the movies. Well, not all of them, but the first 4. But also, it came out on 4K originally in 2018. It was the only one to be released that way. Now, it was filmed in 35mm, has a 4K digital intermediate, finished with HDR10 and Dolby Vision. And very nice solid presentation throughout. Has some nice details. The colors really pop on this thing. Especially, Otis, his shirts he wears, the Hawaiian, the flowers, they really leap off the screen. Superman suit, they're the red, the blue, the yellows are really nice. And in the beginning, we're on the planet Krypton, everything has got a certain look to it, and there's not a lot of color. See the mother holding a baby for the first time, and the actually blanket around it. Everything looks like kind of a crappy overtones, but all the colors really pop off that right there. Now that being said, as good as that is, but the negative things I would have to say is, it lacked the depth. The reason I say that, I've talked about this in some other reviews. A lot of you probably agree with me. You watch a lot of these 4Ks and you have a high expectation. You got the high bar, so you go into it. A lot of these old movies get restored, and you expect that. And this one doesn't quite get up there. It doesn't reach that high bar. I'm not saying it's bad, it's just, we expect more. And then also the film had a certain hazed, filtered look to it. It's probably, looking at the Blu-rays, I think it's probably always had that, so maybe it's just the way it was filmed. But it just lacked that depth that jumps off the screen. It kind of rides that fine line and goes, as a, home theater enthusiast, some of us complain about some of the newer digital movies not having a film look. And then you go back to some of these old movies and it's like, well, it has that film look, but it needs to be updated a little bit. So this one's kind of on that line. I think it could have been better, but maybe not because of the source. Please let me know what you think. But again, I try not to be negative about it, because as good as it is, and also going, not watching the Blu-ray for a long time, so I didn't know the comparisons. But once I threw the Blu-ray in, which is from the anthology set that came out, I forgot to jot down when it came out. I want to say 2006, 2007. Actually included the Superman Returns. But comparing that Blu-ray with this 4K, the 4K is leaps and bounds above, no pun intended, you know, so much better than the Blu-ray. You know, the Blu-ray has a fair amount of details to it, but the color timing way different. I mean, there's night and day difference between the Blu-ray and the 4K when it comes to colors in this thing. So big upgrade for the 4K here. Even if it's not perfect, it's definitely worth it. So here, check out some screenshots comparing the Blu-ray and the 4K. Then we'll come back and talk about the audio, packaging, and the bonus features. We'll see you in a couple minutes. Now for the audio, they gave us Dolby Atmos track here. I don't have Atmos, so I'm still stuck with a 5.0 setup. But in that, it's a freaking phenomenal track. Very well done. Even the opening credits, when it really kicks in, and the music scores, of course, John Williams' music, I mean, his music is phenomenal no matter what he does. And this is one of the, when you think about movie soundtracks, this is one of the iconic soundtracks. I mean, when you think of it, most people think of Star Wars, and you got Superman. I think those are probably your two biggest iconic soundtracks of all. And again, with this kicks in this the opening credits, when really kicks in from the surrounds, comes from overhead and comes up in front of you. Freaking awesome. Intense bass, nice low ends in this track. Especially in the scene with Krypton, when it's during the whole destruction sequence. The soundtrack really kicks in there. You hear the subtle the breeze. Great use of surrounds. So very impressive track here. But going back comparing the Blu-ray, it has the 5.1, and I kind of, when I was doing the screenshot comparisons, the Blu-ray sounded pretty much, I mean, as far as the 5.1, it sounded just as good. So not having Atmos, I don't know if Atmos adds much over the 5.1. Let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you think, if you have the Atmos track. Now for the packaging, of course, there's the individual keep case. But, like I said, it came as part of a set. It comes in this, it's a chintzy cardboard box. We got, the 4 movies with the 2 versions of Superman 2. But individually, each one has, both discs, no fancy artwork, just different colors. You got the Blu-ray and the 4K. It also comes with the digital code for the entire set, which I think I might give that away when I do like a wrap-up video of the entire set. So keep an eye out for that if you're interested. Now for the bonus features on this, we have a commentary by producer Pierre Spengler and executive producer Isla Salkind. And also we have the making of the Superman the movie. We got cartoons, Superman and the Mole Men, TV spots, and trailers. So it's pretty cool stuff. I think nothing's new. Everything's ported over from the older Blu-ray. So to wrap it up, a nice 4K upgrade here. Again, don't set your expectations really high because it's 4K old restoration. It just doesn't get to that high mark. But again, it is a great upgrade over the Blu-ray. I mean, there's no argument there. It definitely is worth the upgrade. It just keep in mind it's not perfect. Now, if you're only interested in the first Superman, it is, again, it is available individually for about $21, both Amazon and Grove. Now, the set is running $85 at the moment. It was just on sale during the Black Friday deals. It was for $65, which that's where I did get it. I'd been waiting all year hoping for a good deal, and I just, because the original $100 price tag was just too salty for me, especially considering it's only 4 movies. And also, if you're interested in the Steelbook set, it is still available in Amazon UK for about 110 pounds, which is about $140. So you got some options there. Depends on if you want to buy it individually. Even though they're not available individually in the US, the Amazon UK does have every single release individually, so you can pick them up if you want them that way. Because when it comes to the Superman franchise, it's, a lot of people probably only interested in number 1 and 2. 3 and 4 probably don't get a whole lot of love, but we'll get to that. That's why I decided to do this, break them up and do these videos individually instead of a set. Oh, another thing to note, I forgot to mention, I have to edit this back in. After I finished the video, I realized I forgot something. This is only the theatrical version, where the Blu-ray anthology set actually had an expanded version of the first one. So, just if something, just a FYI, if that's something you're interested in, this does not include it. It is just a theatrical. So that pretty much does it for my take on Superman the movie on 4K. Please check out my other videos on my channel. Like, subscribe, turn your bell notifications on. Again, I'm hoping to get back into the swing of things. I got a lot of stuff I want to get out there. Just getting the ambition, time, and getting the movies done and doing these reviews. I will be doing reviews of every single one of these. So keep an eye out for that, and we'll see you soon. Geek out.